Welcome to day one, and a heartfelt thanks for taking your valuable time to consider the business before you. I believe you're about to experience the shortest and yet most powerful, life-changing video you have ever seen. The whole story, the mission, the products, the pay, the training, all in just a few minutes. For you, day one will be a story and an opportunity that you will find to be a breath of fresh air. Very much wanted and very much enjoyed. For me, day one represents the culmination of a 38-year journey to create a powerful, simple business model where personal fortunes will be made and charity will be helped. Day one is definitely a feel-good business and is built upon three strong cornerstones: the charities we serve, the financial rewards you receive, and a simple and easy business model that makes it all real. Let's begin by looking at the first cornerstone, the charities we serve. In my own life, when I'm helping others, I receive tenfold and more of what I try to give away. And it always happens, it's over and over. But like most of us, I didn't always give. I started way too late in life and lost a lot of years that could have been very special. My wife shared a story with me that exemplifies what day one is all about from the standpoint of doing for others. When she was a child in school, a teacher was talking to the class about how people are always asking, why do children go hungry? Why do so many people suffer or die? How come so many people are sick, sad, or lonely? The answer the teacher gave was a simple truth, and it made such an impact on my wife that she never forgot it. The teacher said, God, or whatever inside belief you have, works through us. His hands are our hands, and it is through us that the world receives food, comfort, shelter, and love. And because of these words, today, my wife has a foundation in Colombia that feeds children that were actually starving and eating out of a trash dump to survive. The anguish and the suffering they endured was unbearable. But today, when you look at their smiling faces, you just can't help but get a little misty-eyed. And I hope by the end of this video, you will decide not to make the same mistake I made for so many years, and you will become a part of day one. Financially, your life is going to change for the better. The joy of giving and the satisfaction that awaits you, you can't even quantify. And the time for them to do what you want, when you want, there's nothing like it in life. I know from personal experience. So in a moment, we're going to show you how to make your own personal fortune day one. But let's take 1 minute to talk about the feel-good part of how your involvement will benefit charities all across the United States. When you enroll in day one, you become what we call a consumer for charity. Now, as a consumer for charity, you're going to be placed in this linear pay system that earns you an income every month. You donate 1 to 10% of the income you earn to the charity of your choice. Now, it can even be your church. And here's the cool part. Day one, in turn, will match that donation to your charity. You earn $3,000 in day one and decide to donate 8% to your charity, which would equal $240. Day one as a company will also match and donate an additional $240 in your behalf to the same charity or church. It happens every month, month after month, year after year. And day one will do this for every person that is a part of this company every month forever. Now, can you imagine what this will do for so many men, women, and children all across the land that have serious illnesses or a physical or mental disability, or maybe they're just homeless and they're without family and they're in need of the basics like care, food, or shelter. Or what about abused or homeless pets or serious environmental issues? The list of charities or the need for help in so many areas of our lives goes on and on. But starting today, day one, you can truly make a difference in the lives of others. To me, this is crazy good. Now let's take a look at the second cornerstone behind day one, your financial rewards. For 38 years, I have created businesses and compensation plans for the home-based business world. I mean, that's a long time. But day one is so different and so unique from anything I've ever done before and anything you have ever seen before. Imagine a product that every time you spend $1 using it, the product puts $2 to $4 back in your pocket. Spend $1, get back $2 to $4. Spend $1, get back $2 to $4. Over and over. Now that's not bad. Imagine also your own business where the only commitment is one product a month and the product saves you more than you spend. Think about that. Your own business, and it costs you nothing. It's free. Plus the marketing tools, to help you build this life-changing income down to your own personalized website and a shopping cart, they're also provided free. Okay, you got the message. The business is free. So let's talk personal income. Imagine a system of earning income that is so unique and so simple that you cannot fail. As a matter of fact, there is nothing like this linear pay system anywhere in the world today. In the simplest of explanations, day one is about being a consumer for charity and asking others to be a consumer for charity. That's it. And by so doing, you create this tremendous income for yourself and for charities all across the United States. In this illustration, you have enrolled in the 7th position as a consumer for charity. Every position is determined sequentially by time of enrollment. There are 2 ways to earn income. The first is called profit sharing, and the second is called direct pay. Let's start with profit sharing. Profit sharing is a proprietary formula that I developed based on time of enrollment and numbers of people. Now, this is not a conventional profit sharing plan. It's much better because it's not based off net profits, but rather gross product revenues, 12.5% to be exact. And this money is paid to all the consumers for charity every month. Profit sharing is capped at $500 per month per individual. In the illustration, after you've enrolled in the 7th position, James enrolls Chris. Then Amanda enrolls Reggie, Elisa enrolls Anthony, Reggie enrolls Mark, Chris enrolls Maria, Elisa enrolls her second personal consumer for charity, David, and then Chris enrolls Diego. Now, as you can see, profit sharing is coming from everywhere, and you haven't done anything yet. Now, you enroll your first consumer for charity, Jonathan, a direct pay to you. This is where the fun begins. The whole system is built upon the power of one. Just like our company name, Day One, you are now immediately qualified to earn both profit sharing and direct pay. No matter when you personally enrolled, your first consumer for charity, all those that joined after you personally enrolled, now start earning you profit sharing. So in the illustration, Chris through Diego earn you profit sharing. And everyone that follows earns you income until you reach the cap of $500 a month. And remember, profit sharing is free income from people or consumers for charity that you had nothing to do with, either directly or indirectly. Very cool, very different. But now you've enrolled your first direct pay. And direct pay is where the real income is paid. Whereas profit sharing is capped at $500 monthly, direct pay is capped at $250,000 monthly or $3 million annually. And I know those are big numbers, but here's how it works. Here's how direct pay works. Jonathan was enrolled by you. Nina was enrolled by Jonathan. Anton was enrolled by Nina. Charles was enrolled by Jonathan, which is his second direct pay. For you, every month, every direct pay in this illustration pays you $2. It could be hundreds of dollars, or thousands of dollars, or eventually a 6 or 7 income figure. Over 52% of the wholesale dollar goes into this linear pay system, which is unheard of anywhere in any industry. Just so you can see how this linear pay system continues to grow with profit sharing and direct pay, Jessica now enrolls Ryan, another person creating profit sharing to you. Ryan enrolls Andrew and immediately enrolls Eon, more profit sharing. Now you enroll Jesse, another direct pay to you, and it just keeps going on and on. Here's the amazing part about this entire illustration. Everything we have just shown you happens all the time within a 1-hour time period. I want you to think about that. 1 hour. What do you think is going to happen in the next 23 hours or the weeks and months to follow? Or imagine the years to follow as this linear pay system continues to add more and more and more consumers for charity. As I said before, this is crazy good. And the third and final cornerstone is just as good. It's a simple and easy business model that makes it all happen. The linear pay system and how you get paid is so unique and yet so simple. How the charities get paid is simple. In less than 2 minutes, I'm going to share you the simplicity behind the products and the simple method for you to build your own personal fortune in Day One. You know, the word simple may sound redundant, but keeping it simple is what makes Day One such a powerful and dynamically growing business model. And products fuel the pay system. As a consumer for charity, every month you will choose one product at wholesale pricing, or you can allow one retail customer purchase directly from your personal website. Our product mission is to provide products where you will gladly reposition dollars you were already spending elsewhere to Day One products instead. And why would you not? When you're receiving tremendous product benefits and financial benefits for doing so. For example, some products like Petromax Plus, our fuel catalyst for your automobiles, actually makes you money when you use it. How? By reducing your fuel costs by 10 to 30%. At today's gas prices, that's a lot of money. Other products from Day One are sold in concentrated formulas that also reduce your monthly spending. And finally, you will be introducing products that are unique, high-quality products that as a consumer for charity, you'll simply enjoy purchasing. And remember, the more all our consumers for charity spend, the more you make and the more the charities benefit. Now, that's a good feeling. You know, helping others, saving money, and watching your income go up and up. Please check out our product videos for more detail. You know, you now have the whole story, except the answer to one last question. What do you have to do to be successful on Day One? And the answer is so simple, it seems too good to be true. And you know what they say, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. Well, Day One is not usual, and they would be wrong. If you can simply ask the question, how would you like to be a consumer for charity and make a serious income? One question, phrased in your own words. Or if you're not a talker, simply hand someone a Day One flyer and ask them, hey, take a look. Nothing more, it's that simple. And when a person says, yeah, maybe, or probably, or sure, simply send them to your website and call them after they've seen the videos to say, hey, are you interested? That's it. Day One does all the other work. Your only decision really is, how much do you want to make? And how much do you want to give to the charity of your choice? Could a business model be any easier? I don't think so. And if what you've just seen and heard does not get you thinking and excited about the possibilities, then I failed to deliver the message of a really great opportunity. And I sincerely apologize for taking your time. But if you see only half what I see, you will make a personal fortune, and you're going to help so many charities give a better life to others. I hope to see you soon.